Welcome back to Seen It Before. We're probably going to say something stupid about your favorite movie. Even though we're doing TV shows, I'm Danny. Oh, we've seen it all before. I'm Danny.
I've seen a lot of it, and I'm Pooh Greaves, and welcome back.
Yeah, so we just
That's it.
I'm back.
Back.
We watched House of the Dragon, season 2 episode, I want to say 5.
5, yeah.
What's it called? It's
It's just pretty much the aftermath of probably one of the best episodes they've done.
It's called Regent.
Regent, yeah.
And that's in reference to Aemon Targaryen,
yes.
who is now the Prince Regent because, he barbecued his brother in the last episode.
Pretty much.
But overall, before we get into like the actual breakdown, what did you think about the episode?
I knew this was going to be filler, and I knew it was going to not be the banger episode because we just came off a great battle, dragons, some stuff people have been wanting to see for years with this whole God phenomenon. Mm-hmm. So, it's a solid episode because it's set up for the next thing. But yes, it's a lot weaker than what we've seen because I think so far every episode's been like a very high mark. This is a little lower, still good writing. The story is strong.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I think I do think they dropped it a little bit because there's a way that Game of Thrones in the early seasons was able to have these giant moments in the one episode, and then they always have penultimate episodes be like the big giant climax.
Yeah.
But then episode 10 would always be kind of like still a really good episode with all the lower key. I think there's a way to keep that momentum going that they just kind of didn't hook onto in this episode. Well, not that it was a bad episode, but
they're just trying to tell you more story, and they're setting you up for I think another high watermark because we've already got in this series 2 could have been season-ending episodes.
What, like Blood and Cheese would be the
Blood and Cheese, because a lot of people.
What would they do in the meantime, though, for that whole season?
Well, I mean, there's a lot that could have happened.
Like I don't know the context of the book, and I'm still
there's so much dragon stuff and lore behind the scenes and the back and forth. They could have got real political with it. Mm-hmm. Instead, we got Blood and Cheese right out the gate. Then we get this great fight with Melees, and we
I wonder if they could have I know that they were really jumping through the different going really fast in season 1, but I wonder if they could have even condensed the stuff before Blood and Cheese into that season 1 too.
They could have.
Although I do think Lucerys dying is a great season ender.
That's exactly how you want to do it.
Yeah. I mean that's what they did with the first Game of Thrones. Yeah. So then
let's start.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
And he's like, "Oh, we're going to war, boys." And then, but anyway. So, before we actually break down the episode, we should roll the intro. So, House of the Dragon, season 2, episode 5, Regent. We start off with, do we start off with Daemon?
No, we start off with them.
Or is it the card and the dragons?
They cart the dragons, and the king is in the box. What is in the box?
Yeah, it's... What do they think? Yeah, what do they think is it? Because it's a human-shaped.
Yeah, it's the thing is
box.
What made it interesting was it brought in Game of Thrones. This is the moment, and I was watching a couple other people say this, and it never really resonated with me. Where we're at in this time of that world was Targaryens were looked at as gods because they rode dragons. The blunder of this was not the blunder of Otto Hightower was about, okay, let's parade the dead baby in the streets for sympathy.
Right.
It worked, and it kind of didn't work. It worked in effect, like, oh, no, Rhaenyra's evil. She killed a child, blah, blah, blah. This, it lessened the king.
Yeah, it
took away the mystique and the grandeur of what the Targaryen family was because you berate and what did people say? This is a black omen.
Yeah,
it was the first thing that
also they said Rhaenyra is going to answer for this.
Yes,
which I'm like, oh shit. So it's it's weird because it's like the average people.
Yes,
they're saying we know Rhaenyra personally.
Yes,
but you're definitely the dragons are considered gods.
Yes,
or angels maybe to them.
Well, they were just put on this pedestal of almost worship, which in a lot of monarchies, the king god concept always comes into play. Did it in England? I mean that's why we had Church of England.
Well, look at North Korea.
North Korea,
that guy doesn't poop.
He doesn't poop. He was born under a rainbow, all kind of weird shit. But no, this was that moment where I think the shift happens where they now look at Targaryens as just another house.
Right. Which
that's where we're at in God.
which is weird. Yeah, because it's weird. He's like, in Game of Thrones, I'm thinking, like it just feels like they feel more regal.
Yes.
In that show, like or like all the different flashbacks and stuff. It doesn't feel like just another house. It doesn't feel like he's Robert Baratheon or Daenerys definitely feels magical.
Yeah.
But now these people over here, because like Daenerys doesn't get burnt in that show.
True.
But like Daemon, he got shot with a flaming arrow. He still got the scar. Aegon is burnt to a crisp. So I was thinking like, wait, that doesn't happen. But then I guess it's like only certain Targaryens or whatever.
Yeah, certain Targaryens. And I think at this time, there's so much magic in the world. Because that was the one thing I remember watching something with George R. R. Martin talking about the moment those eggs hatch is like magic. And then the Faceless Man said the same thing at Quarth. He said, when your dragons were born, magic came back to the world.
Right.
And at this point, like, because even when they went to the wall, he said, "Oh, your dragon won't go past the wall." Well, we see that in God. Dragons went right past the wall, no problem. So I mean, especially Daenerys. I mean, she went and saved the team from the White Walkers. Well, the undead.
Wait, so are they saying that like Daenerys or Drogon was just like ignorant and stupid?
No, I think at that moment the magic of the wall had lessened.
Ah, okay. So they literally tore it down with a dragon. That was a cool scene.
Because when Rhaenyra's son is at the wall, he said, "Your dragon won't go past this."
Right.
So there's definitely a different vibe in the world.
So they're gonna be like, okay, now this episode really focused on the common folk.
Yes.
Truly being scared because now we kind of teased in the last couple episodes like only the small folk really are the only ones who really suffer.
They suffer when dragons fight. The small folk suffer.
Yeah. So now we're actually seeing that where Aemon, who's kind of usurped the throne a tiny bit, because
he's usurped the throne right now.
Well, it's really confusing because he's still technically next in line because now Jaehaerys is out of the way.
Yeah.
And nobody can really prove that he did that. And I know.
Why would you try at this point?
Based on how it goes down in Fire and Blood in the book, it doesn't ever come out.
No.
That he did that. I think only the people who really know are Kristen Cole and Allison.
Yeah.
So you see that happening, and we get another scene with Hugh the Hammer, right? He's like with his daughter at the gate, right? Yeah. So that's when we figured out, like, okay, well now Aemond. See, I was thinking in the beginning, like, okay, maybe Aemond would be a better king than because, like, I know in the books he's described as being a psychopath. Yeah. And he looks like a psychopath, but we've gotten a few scenes where we see his humanity. He's just, he's just like that little boy. Still.
I think they've written it this way, and they've gone a little off book to give him a little bit more humanity.
Yeah,
but he doesn't. I still think he's a sociopath.
I can only I can just see him being like a calculated. Like I don't think it would make, because he's like cut down the rat catchers. Yeah. Like that was a stupid idea. But lock all the people in. That seems like two conflicting ideas.
Yeah.
Aimed at the same purpose. Like,
but he's also new to this. You know, he's a warrior at heart.
His battle plans.
He wants to be
idea.
Daemon. Like Daemon is that's the mark he's going.
I know that's where the direction. I still kind of disagree though. I think Daemon is kind of, he thinks he's that guy. He's buying his own shit. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, and then I just don't think Daemon is even that guy. I think Aemon though. I think
the potential's there.
Well, for Daemon or Aemon?
Aemon.
Yeah, I think Aemon isn't even confident in himself, but he's like, but he is that guy. I just think he's just more true to that.
He's not that guy either. It's just that he's good enough to fool the people.
Yeah.
And the small council's scared of him. Daemon does his thing in Harrenhal once again. I think that's dragging. The one thing he does do is now he's on this. No, you're gonna call me your Majesty. Okay, bro.
Fucking
now you're claiming like you're the king, and you can't even your castle that you're in is not even built. Like and you're turning
building it himself by hand,
literally by hand. And you got all these dudes coming in and out like, well, I'll swear my allegiance to you if you do this. Nah, I don't want to do that. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, like the Braggins literally spit in his face.
Like, he needs to go back. You know what? This is a moment it's time for you to get a raven.
Yeah.
Write to your wife.
He's like, no. And I love how they're both like that. They're like, I don't want to talk to Damon. And he's like, I don't want to talk to Rhaenyra.
It's time to write some raven letters and be like, baby, I'm sorry.
Fuck you, Simon.
This is a beautiful R&B moment for them. I'm down on bended knee. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get some boys and men playing in the background. You gonna win her back. You know what I'm saying? That's you, baby. You gonna get your girl back. You need your baby back.
She don't want to talk
I want my baby back, baby back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that moment. But he ain't trying to do that.
Yeah.
So you know what? Forget him.
Yeah. So
this episode, forget Damon.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think the show is kind of doing. 'Cause it's like, what are we doing here, man? Like, I was on board in the first episode. I'm like, okay, this
first
is
season
interesting.
He was winning,
and then now we're 3 episodes in. He hasn't gotten anything accomplished. And I know that's probably the point, but like, it doesn't make for entertainment.
No,
like it doesn't make
dragging.
Yeah.
The pacing is killing us. Everybody's like, oh, but look, they got the witch. And I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, like I can't do this.
Once he boned his mom's, I was over.
Yeah,
I was out. I was out.
For a second, I thought that was Emma.
No,
because I was thinking, maybe he had like a crush on.
Knew it was
on
as soon as it jumped off, and I was like, no, I'm done. This show is trying to make us like incest way too much.
Yeah, it's like they're testing our patience. It's like it's like, so you're cool with uncle, niece.
You're cool with brother, sister.
Yeah, you're okay with. What about son
some
and
real
mother?
Freudian stuff going on here?
Yeah,
whatever the writers got going on, they're trying to work their therapy out in this show, and I'm getting tired.
You know the weird thing? It's like, because the Greens are obviously the bad guys, or they're painted more as the bad guys.
Yeah.
We don't actually have to watch any of Aegon have sex with Helena.
Yes.
But we do have to watch. We have to watch all that shit with the blacks who are the good guys.
Well, we know ultimately
Damon gets around, man.
He does get around.
We've seen like 4 sex scenes with him.
Dude is winning.
Yeah,
he's winning. He's winning, but he's also losing.
Well, he can't. Well, I remember in the first season he couldn't get it up for Missaria because I think he got like disrespected by Viserys or something.
Yeah, my thing about her, I think she's the most important part of this whole episode.
Well, yeah, because I'm not sure if it's this episode or last episode. She's like, there's more than one way to win a war.
Yes, and she is the most important piece that Rhaenyra has in her court at this point, since now, R.I.P. Auntie Riri and Meleys. Mm-hmm. She understands the people and how to get to the people. And she's going to be so important because, remember, she technically ran Flea Bottom.
Right.
So she's going to give Rhaenyra some really good insight on how to build up the love of the people. Because right now, think about it. The people are stuck behind gates. They tried to leave.
Yeah, now it's not even that hard for Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
They're just doing it for her.
They're doing the work for her. You paraded the dragon. That was a bad omen. Lock everybody inside. We're not feeling that either.
Yeah.
And
they're just hungry. Like, we want meat.
We want meat and fish and bread.
Yeah, basic necessities.
Basic necessities.
So what do you think is going to happen? Are they all going to be like refugees? They're all going to
be stuck. Yeah, they're going to be. They're all inside the keep, and it's going to really suck.
Well, let's say the gates get broken down in like the next episode. Can they and they flee to Dragonstone, or like?
I don't think they can make it that far.
Well, it's just across the bay, right?
Yeah, but they're poor people. They're not going to make it out of King's Landing. It's just
so they're all going to get like
they'll be stuck.
Mass executed.
Yeah, they can either be mass. They're not. They're just stuck. They're stuck
in the dragon fight.
Yeah, they're stuck. Even that they got the white cloaks. The white cloaks will kill them before they make it that far.
See, I can see Aegon doing that. Going crazy and doing that shit.
Yeah, but once again, then you keep talking about this dude's having humanity. He wouldn't do it.
No, Aegon. Burnt to a crisp. Aemond.
Yeah,
no, Aemond is.
It's the names, bro. They get me. Sorry.
Well, we wouldn't be in this situation if they just didn't name fucking Aegon.
I'm Bill.
Just name him Bill.
How you doing? Inside joke. Sorry, people.
I don't think Aemond would be that stupid though. I think he would. Because I just don't think he's. I just don't see him losing it. Daemon will lose it. I don't see Aemon doing that.
I think Daemon will lose it on the right people too. He'll lose it, but he'll lose it on the right people. He won't kill the common folk.
I was actually surprised he didn't burn the Brackens.
Yeah,
and he was actually being smart. He's like, okay, well, they're willing to die.
Yeah,
instead of
he actually respected that. I think.
Yeah.
A little bit. Dude turned his back to a dragon.
Yeah. Which I thought that was what's going to happen.
I was like,
oh shit, we're good.
First I was like, that's the most badass move I've ever seen.
So then we get Daemon's. So he was smart for a second, but now he does this dumbass plan.
Yeah.
He's like, You can't just get what he attacked the innocents, and I'm like, you can't just you can't coerce a house into working for you by hurting their people. They're never gonna that's like rule number one with raising an army. Like you have to inspire hope or whatever.
Bro, this is House of the Dragon, and we know ultimately everything these people do fail. Yeah. I mean, in the long run, everything they do fails.
Well, yeah, but I'm actually surprised that because I've heard there's so many like shitty kings in the Targaryen line.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that like Aerys, because now I'm thinking about Aerys II compared to like all the other shit I've heard.
Yeah,
it's not that bad.
Not that bad.
I mean, all he did was just kind of he killed Brandon Stark, and he tortured his Ned's older brother, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the Mad King.
The Mad King.
I mean, he just went crazy.
And then which also I heard that he got like kidnapped by like the Dornish,
something like that. Yeah.
And like that's what.
Yeah,
it
made him crazy. Like he comes back, but he also the whole wildfire thing. Dude was like really on some genocide.
Yeah, the second you want to bomb the people. Well, yeah. But there's Aegon the Unworthy, I hear, where he just kind of. But there's Maegor the Cruel. Like he did sort of the same shit.
And then even the dude who was who became like a Septon. Baelor.
That's what they named the.
He was kind of crazy too. Yeah, he got religion.
He was like hippy dippy crazy.
Yeah, but he was on that religion. Hey, we saw that with the with the
High Sparrow.
High Sparrow. He was on that level, bro.
That was like the shittiest villain I think in the whole.
But most religious villains are kind of shitty. So let's call it.
That's why I hated the season 6 of Dexter too.
Yeah, well,
like what are we doing here, man?
It happens.
Anyway, what else happened here?
Like not much. Not much, except for the one little bright point going back. Yes.
Well, Jace goes off on his own.
Yes.
And he's like, well, Rhaenyra's not letting me do shit. I'm just gonna go, fuck it. Ask for forgiveness, not for permission.
Yeah.
And he brokers a deal with the twins in the phrase,
and I like it.
And I like how because it's really there's no skin off his back or any of the Black's back, because it's like. Oh, you want Harrenhal? We don't have it yet. Daemon has it, but like by war's end, if you help us,
And they're like, well, we're worried about the dragon, and we're worried about this. He's like, his dragon's over there. My dragon right here.
It's right here. I will burn the shit out
of you. I will kill you right now.
But he said it all like cordially and polite.
I love it.
It's like, so you're scared of him, but you're not scared of me?
Like, really? My dragon's sitting right there. Yeah, he's looking at you. Yeah. By the time he gets here, I'm gone. Yeah. He's leagues away.
So I thought that was really good for Jace, and then also it does add more drama and more infighting.
I dig his wife. I dig her.
Oh, Baelor? Yeah, she badass.
Because my man Corliss with the single tear, baby, another R&B moment. I love Corliss. Yeah. I love my black dudes with the dreadlocks. That's my baby. Those my people. I'm part of that house, man. That Valerians. But man, he was crying over here. That good. He missed that woman. He missed his woman. Yeah. He missed his baby. What? But then his granddaughter like, look, pop. Get off your ass.
Here's the hand of the queen. Yeah. Go do your duty.
You became hand. This is what you wanted.
Yeah.
He got what he wanted. And then he had.
But at what cost?
Bro, you had a woman so good she didn't even care that you had bastards.
Yeah, bro. She's like, you should be honoring these guys.
She literally risked her life for you to get to this point.
Yeah, Rhaenys really is just probably
she was the best, man.
Well, that's honor, right?
That's honor. And it's like she's like, you hand up the queen. Yeah. Step up. It's your moment. Mm-hmm. And
he's gonna take it, but
he has no choice but to take it.
He got nothing left. So the whole theme with duty versus love kind of thing. He's got no love now. Yeah, he got no choice.
But I still think Alan, his bastard, he needs to, like she said, it's time to build him, make him the heir to Driftmark. You got to do it.
Yeah.
If you don't, you've done them, and because we know that we don't see these black people in the next 100 years, so I don't know what happens.
Well, I think with what happens at the end of the episode with Rhaenyra and Jace talking like, "Whoa, what if what are the Targaryen blood?
Like where are all these other? I mean, and of course, we know that there's one right in.
Yeah, there's what's his name, Ulf.
Yeah, Ulf. So, yeah, he's a dragon seed is what they're called. They're dragon seeds.
So he's like,
he's actually Daemon's half brother.
It's all confusing because you're marrying uncles and nieces and sisters.
So Daemon and Viserys' father. Which
was Jaehaerys' son who died before Jaehaerys, right?
Oh gosh, now I'm confused.
See, I'm thinking, are Viserys and Rhaenys siblings or cousins?
They're cousins.
Okay, so there's two. So Jaehaerys had two sons.
Yeah,
they both died before he died.
Yes,
but they both had or at least Rhaenys and Viserys.
Daemon. Yeah.
So like those three. Mm-hmm. Viserys was the older one out, but okay, and then,
Viserys' father had a bastard. This is that bastard.
Ulf.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what he said. He said, "Oh yeah, my half brother Daemon."
Damn. Okay, so he's not even. So if he's legitimized, doesn't that mean he has the better claim? No, Daemon would.
Daemon still is the older brother. Daemon would still have a better claim, but we already know.
But he's also a freaking psycho, and he'll be an awful king.
And this guy's just got his own little family. He's just trying to make a living, make it away through the world today.
Takes everything
just
like Alan.
He's just trying to make it happen for himself. He's carrying his daughter to the gate. She's sick.
Yeah.
Just
trying to do. No, that's Hugh the Hammer.
Oh, Hugh the Hammer.
That's the completely different guy.
They look alike.
They look
alike.
The way I read, Hugh has a beard. Yeah. The other guy doesn't. And also Ulf. I was thinking like, who's this guy? Because he's the guy who asks the lady after they hang the rat catchers like, who's that?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So he's teased a little bit. It's not like he just comes out of nowhere.
Hugh the Hammer.
He was in episode 1. I want to say 1.
Is he of Dragon Blood too? He might.
He could be.
He got silver hair.
He could be. Blonde hair sticks out. So,
it does. So we'll see.
I don't know how he could though, but they all get around.
Everybody's.
We know there's bastards in the fighting pits
for sure.
With the children fire.
Those are all. Pits. Yeah, those are all Aegon's kids.
Which, if legitimized,
but they're not going. The Greens are not going. The Greens barely want the name Targaryen as is, bro.
Yeah. Well, so which is funny though, because I remember there was a whole debate about, and I want to say it's like episode 8 of season 1, where like the Valerians were like, okay, well, we can marry this, but like we marry these guys together, but their last name has to be Valerian.
Yes.
And then Viserys is like, okay, fine. Mm-hmm. But then he comes back like a second later. He's like, but when they when they become the king,
you gotta switch it up.
Targaryen.
Yeah. It's like there's always that power play of names and houses and
I mean, I understand that.
And you want to, because
it wouldn't be the Targaryen line. It would end.
And there's so many people trying to be heads of this and heir to that. Like, damn, people.
And why does everyone want fucking Harrenhal?
Because it's big.
It's a piece of shit.
It's big.
It's a big piece of shit.
Hey, man. So is the Cybertruck, but the people buy it, right?
Well, that's a stupid purchase.
Hey, there's a lot of stupid purchases out there.
It didn't say it's like it can. It's made for like off roading. It can't get over a fucking rock.
No,
what the fuck we get doing, guys?
Thank you.
But yeah. So Valeria or Corlys wants to. He asked like, I would name you heir of Driftmark, Bela.
And she's like, nah, I'm firing blood. I'm firing blood all day. Yeah. I respect her for that.
Yeah.
That means she's like, look, my mama went out like a dragon rider. My grandma went out like I'm about that. She about that work.
Yeah.
Like she could have killed. I wish she would have freaking killed Christian Cole when she had the chance. She could have handled her business.
Yes, now I'm thinking like Rhaenys really could have just, maybe that's why she turned back. She's like, I need to make up for my big fuck up.
Like, because that girl right there, she's on it. Like,
yeah.
I'm loving her. Like, sister hairdo always is tight.
I like Rhaena too a little bit because they have one scene with her at the Vale with
that Vale scene is very interesting because she's like, first off, you in the Vale. We know the Vale. Anyone who's watched Game of Thrones, we have seen the Vale is impregnable.
Give me 10 men, I'll impregnate the bitch.
Yeah. And then the Vale has that long, little narrow path. You can get killed. Then they got the moon door. It's not easy to get to, but she wants more.
Yeah.
I want a dragon.
If I was Rhaenyra, I don't know why. Why is she sending 2 eggs? Why does she need?
Well, I think she knows that's the safest place it can be, and she's right on that note. She's right. Nobody's getting up in the Vale.
So you're gonna stash all your heirs there.
You stash the
Same
heirs.
thing with Old Town. Like Old Town is so far away from the fighting,
and that's why Alicent's other son is there.
right?
And because they kind of keep one hidden, he's coming back. He's got a dragon. We'll see him.
So I wonder if they're gonna stretch. Don't spoil it, but I wonder if they're gonna stretch it like maybe Rhaenyra, Aegon, Aemond, Alicent, they all die, and then we just have the second generation of like fighters. You know, okay, because that seems like the where it's going. Because they're stashing all these heirs to be coming to Latin.
I mean, we're getting the egg in the Duncan show. So good luck.
Okay.
Good luck. There's still dragons.
Yeah. Oh, so I thought you said this show is like where all the dragons die.
No.
Because I thought in the show
the last dragon is the little dragon, and they actually talk about it in Game of Thrones. We got a few dragons left. Actually, I love the fact that there's so many dragons in this. Well, we were just talking about this that are unclaimed.
Yeah, there's more unclaimed than
unclaimed ones are so badass.
How does the cannibal die? Like that was the most badass.
The cannibal is nothing known about the cannibal. All right, the cannibal dragon, for those who don't know, actually lives on Dragonstone, but on the top of a volcanic mountain. It is the biggest. Right? Yeah, I know it's a whole thing. You got to do a deep dive to understand who the cannibal is. The cannibal is called the cannibal because it's known to eat dead dragons, dragon eggs, and newly hatched dragons.
Jesus.
It's a badass, evil creature. Now, it was around the time of Old Valyrian, and it lives on Dragonstone, and it pretty much keeps to itself. I was watching a couple of posts about it. It's even believed to be alive, or we don't know. It just stays away from people, even into the time of Daenerys.
But anyway, so there's like 12 other dragons that are unclaimed.
Yes. Now, the one we saw Daemon singing to, we're going to see again. I forgot the name of that one. And that one's pretty badass.
Yeah, they all got like, I just know Vhagar, Meraxes.
Yeah.
Something's going on with Alan. He's probably going to be crowned heir of Driftmark.
We could only hope.
But yeah, so then the end of the episode that we get Rhaenyra and Jace talking about their lineage, and that's where where they're going to end up going.
They take the big wide shot of all the scrolls, and
they're
going to start doing some family tree stuff.
Yeah. So and also there's a quick little scene where I hope we loop back to that conversation between Aemond and Helena, because she knows.
Oh, she knows.
She's like, was it worth the price? Well, she's a dreamer, so she knows what's going on.
She sees the future, and I think with her I don't know where they're going, because really at this point in the books, she descends into madness after her child is dead.
She seems kind of normal, though.
She seems as normal as she's been through the whole show. Yeah. So I don't know if they're going that route. I think we're going off book with her.
We got her dragon too.
Yeah, we got her dream something.
But you can't like.
I don't see her fighting though.
You can't, because she doesn't in the book. Like, and that's something that would be historical. Like you can't change too much.
They might. I know. It's a stretch. It's a stretch.
Because I like the idea. Right now, they've been able to change things, but maintain that's the narrative in universe.
Yeah. I think going off book it can work if you do it right. We don't know if they're gonna go off book. I mean, they went off book on Game of Thrones hard.
Yeah.
House of the Dragon can take a little leeway. I would say if you're gonna go off book, you go off book for maybe 2-3 episodes, but you got to get right back into on the horse,
Yeah,
or on the dragon. But it can be done. We will see. Mm-hmm. And then like I said, we still got the Duncan and Eggs thing coming. We got this the Conquerors show.
Which, do we know who's playing him?
Who?
Like who's going to be the actor playing Aegon the Conqueror? I've heard rumors about.
I've heard rumors of Henry Cavill. I've heard rumors of a lot of.
I think I heard Charlie Hunnam too.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Which that would be cool.
That'd be interesting. I mean, it's in development, so we don't know. It's a lot of speculation, and I don't like getting into speculation. We'll
Instead of Henry Cavill, it turns into Luke Hemsworth.
Henry Cavill.
Which I think Henry Cavill would be definitely a good pick for that.
If he's up to doing it.
We already know he can pull off the white hair look. So
he definitely can do that. Yeah, he's the Watcher. He's the Witcher. I mean.
Yeah, it's like, what a...
Witcher.
But he's just got to be like, I bet you it's going to be in the contract, like, no changing any of the lore. Like, don't fuck this up, guys.
Yeah, right.
He's like, I literally left my last show because they were fucking with it.
They were messing with the show. It's Netflix. I hate them. Like, we'll see. We'll see. So, like I said, it wasn't it wasn't the strongest episode, but it wasn't the weakest.
No, yeah,
it's still on par.
It's just like
we had to have this moment.
Like, okay, so the Corliss scene right in the beginning where he's like crying over Rhaenys.
That single tear, bro. That single tear is everything.
They should have. I think they should have saved that scene and combined the two scenes with him in this episode. They combined it with Bela coming in and having that conversation with him, but also have him mourning.
Okay,
on the throne. I get it. Like, you want to have a private moment.
Yeah.
It just seemed like kind of like not a waste, but like there could have been more pulled out to get more ideas.
That's why I need to add some R&B music in the Game of Thrones, bro. If you had some Boyz II Men playing at the beginning of that, although we've come.
There's got to be an edit out there, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm gonna make that edit.
Yeah,
I might do that tonight. Put it on TikTok if you can find me on TikTok. So yeah.
But anyway,
Pooh Greaves, 1-3.
I think that's wrapping up this episode of Sex. We'll see what happens next week, or technically on the time of this coming out, either or later today or tomorrow. Depends on when I finish it. But
slow editors.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm Danny. You can find me at Danny_Wasp. My letterbox is serialized at DJ Wasp, or my YouTube channel was just Danny Wasp. Or Seen It Before. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Seen It Before Cast, or on X, formerly known as Twitter, at SIB_pod.
I am Pooh Greaves. You can't find me. You gonna find me here.
Look up the other past episodes where it just has. You're gonna have your CG and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's Pooh.
Everyone changes it up.
It's Pooh130 at Instagram, but
it's private. You gotta
request.
Exclusive.
Yeah, it's exclusive.
Like,
but I do have a TikTok, and I forgot what it is. Something like Pooh Greaves something. Yeah. I don't know. I'm there. If you find me,
I think it's Pooh Greaves 130.
It might be.
What's with the 130?
It goes back to that's where I come from. That's the block.
I got you.
The block I grew up on. Yeah, it's Jamaica Queens represent. Yeah, man.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess we'll see everybody next week for more House of the Dragon.
Yeah.